Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 967 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today, I've got more phone tips for you. I think this will be a phone tip week because there's so many cool things the phone will do. Today, I've got some good, really cool stuff on calculators and hotspots and stuff like that. And last episode, 966, was really, really cool on what you can do with Apple Intelligence. Oh my goodness. We were playing with it all day after that. When you want to get to a back episode, you go to screwthecommute.com/any episode number. Apple Intelligence was 966 and today's 967. And 968 will probably be on phone tips too. Make sure you pick up a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free and check out my school and my mentor program, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com and imtcva.org. It's the only licensed, dedicated internet and digital marketing school in the country, and it's certified to operate by SCHEV, the State Council on Higher Education in Virginia. Wow, you can get a great education in as little as 6 months that's in high demand and not be in debt the rest of your life. All right, let's get into, I got 3 tips for you today. So the first one is texting GIFs, or GIFs, some people call them. And of course, you have to have an iPhone 16 and 18.3 to do this. But basically, you go into your messages or your text app, and you hit the plus sign next to the little text box, and you scroll down till you see the pound sign images. It says pound sign and then IMAGES. Click that, and then you can search for any kind of GIF you want, and then click send. That was a pretty easy one, but you have to be the latest iOS system to use that one. All right, the next one. Oh, this is, I wish I'd have known. I don't know when this came about. I think it's very recently, but oh goodness. This is calculator history. You have a calculator app on your phone, and I'd use it all the time for calculations, but then if I say, I got to go back and do that calculation again, and I go back and do it over again. Well, that was stupid because I didn't know that there is now a calculator history. So you can, first of all, go into the calculator, and most of us are using basic calculators, not engineering calculators, but at the bottom left, if you hit the calculator button, you can pick either, the fancy one or a basic. I usually just do basic. But up at the top left, there's one of those hamburger icons. It's three horizontal lines on top of each other. If you touch that, it brings up all the calculations you've done in the last 30 days. Isn't that cool? I don't know if you can set it for longer than that. But what you do is pick the one you want, and then you hold your finger on it. You don't just tap it. You hold your finger on it, and it's going to give you a choice. Do you want just the results, to copy the results of that transaction? Or do you want to copy the whole expression? For instance, I was doing something with some rental properties, and I multiplied $577.50 times 12, and I got 6,930. Well, 6,930 is the result, but the expression was 577.5 times 12. And some of you might have way more complicated ones than that. There's no sense doing them all over again if you can just copy them from right there and go back and look at them again rather than doing them again. So that's your calculator history. Go play with that right now, and you'll say, oh man, I wish I'd have known this a long time ago. Okay, and the last one is your hotspot. You can turn your cell phone into a hotspot. And just by the way, folks, you Android folks, I usually mention this on all my phone tips episodes, is that Android does a lot of this stuff. It's just, I don't have an Android, so I don't know how to tell you how to do it. So you have to look for the idea and then see if Android's doing it. And if they don't do it now, they probably will very soon because they kind of parallel each other somewhat. Okay, so let's say you've been using your phone as a hotspot. So I'll tell you how to do that just to start with. You go to Settings and then Personal Hotspot, and then allow others to join. And then there's a password there. So you can give people a password, and it's people can log on using your data to operate their computers or their phones if there's no signal or whatever. So that's basic hotspot stuff. But let's say, you go to a lot of different events, and sometimes you have it on and you don't really want the same people, or you don't want people on there that shouldn't be on there this time when they were okay last time, or whatever the reason is. But you can get them off of there. Well, you got to do some things to get them off of your hotspot. One thing is you can just change the password. Okay, so that's the simple way. But the other thing is, you want to see who's on there. You go to Settings, Cellular Data, Show All, and then click Personal Hotspot. And then if you want to remove people or see who's on there, you have to go to your control center, which on iPhones you swipe from top right to bottom left. And then there's a hotspot icon in there. And then you can see who's on there and delete them or whatever you want to do. So that's how to use your hotspot, and it's very handy. I used to carry a thing called a MiFi from Verizon, which, I still have it. But this would be something where if I'm out in no man's land and I wanted to hook my laptop up and didn't have my MiFi with me, then this is a way to hook onto the internet. So there you go. Sending GIFs, calculator history. I'll be using that all the time. And then hotspot stuff for this one. And we'll have more tips on 968. And make sure you check out my school. It's one of the best things you could ever do for a young person in your life. Grandparents or parents out there that don't want hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt to get a poor education, basically, and just paying for partying. So check out imtcva.org, and you get a scholarship to that if you are in my mentor program. So check that out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and I will catch you on episode 968. Catch you later.